Okay, folks, so as I mentioned in the past, you would have had to complete this worksheet yourself, gleaming information from the maps. But what I've done is I've just skipped over that and completed the worksheet for you because it's actually the analysis that's the most important part of this, understanding what this data is trying to tell you. And there's a lot of it, so I just thought I'd spend a minute walking you through some of it. It is up to you to go back and check what it means for political systems, social systems, environmental systems, and the differences as we travel from one end of the world to the other. There's examples of that right on this worksheet. Keep in mind with this first part about the political systems that the regions are broken into very large geographic areas, continents in this case, North America, South America, Europe, Africa, and Asia, made up of many different countries, so you'd have a variety of political systems within them. Okay? But what we will do eventually is take a look at maybe there's a relationship between the types of political systems and some of this other data. So down here we've got infant mortality rates, we've got farmers, literacy, and the number of people per phone. Okay, so why is this important? Look at the trends that maybe happened in the past and the more current data. In the past in North America, infant mortality rates. So as I mentioned, North America, a big place. So several different countries here that we're talking about, Canada, the US, Mexico. So we've got infant mortality rates that range in 1907 anywhere from 6.3% to 15.6%. So for every 1,000 babies born, or sorry, in this case, 100 babies born, that's the percentage mortality rate that you would have. Now, over here in 1994, you still got that higher range of 15.6%, but look at the bottom end of this, which is less than 1%, and that's maybe the side that we're going to focus on. Infant mortality rates actually went down in many areas of North America to less, in some cases, less than 1%. So we saw a change in infant mortality rate from 1907 to 1994 in that it actually went down in many parts of North America. And why is that? Everything from access to perhaps healthcare, better access to education. There's a wide variety of reasons why infant mortality rates would have gone down. Number of farmers in 1907. So 20% to 80% of all occupations involved farming. However, in 1992, we've got less than 20% of people involved in farming. Why is that again? Think of some of the reasons why in 1904 we need to have, or 1907, sorry, we need to have so many people farming. Why, as we get closer to where we are now, in this case 1992, but even now, why do we need less people to produce food? And you could talk anything from mechanization, the use of chemicals. We're able to provide a vast amount of food with fewer and fewer people. Literacy rates, in this case, for North America, we didn't see a huge increase. 1907, 70% to 90% literacy rate, and the same thing in 1992. This one over here, though, people per phone. In 1907, for every phone, there was 50 to 250 people for every phone. In 1990, however, for every phone there was one phone for every 1 to 10 people, and that's probably even lower now. There's probably almost one phone for every 1 to 2 people, if that. So look at those trends. In this case, for North America, how are these trends any different for any other countries? Africa, you're starting off with a much higher infant mortality rate, for example, in 1907. Is it much better? In 1994, Africa, it went from being over 15.6%, again, Africa, big continent, many different countries, to between 6.3% and 15.6%. So it did drop. Farming, over 80% of all people were involved in farming, and now it's anywhere from less than 20% to 80%. Literacy rates, 0 to 50% literacy rate, and now we've got 0 to 90%. So a much higher end. There are some areas that have as much as a 90% literacy rate. Number of people per phone, over 250 people for every phone in Africa. In 1907, and now between 2 to 250. Hopefully this provides just a little bit of clarification about the data, and if you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to contact me.